there, Michelle here, and in today's video we're going to be frogging a project. What project? This one! Frogging a project, if y'all don't know, means that you are taking it apart because you're ripping, like rip it, like a frog. I'm going to be taking this apart and like, I kind of feel bad. It's cute and I really like it. It's just, it's way too heavy. I do have a full video of me making this. If you want to watch it and see how it ending up like this, go for it. This here was a Hobie collab project. It was like a summer project. What would you wear if you went on vacation? It is a like kind of like a button down, and this was all done in a granny stitch, and I think it is adorable and cute. However, I chose the wrong yarn. Months prior or a year prior, I don't even remember, to be honest. When was that? Probably a year prior, I had gotten yarn from Hobie, and it was the Hobie Friends of Cotton yarn, and that was the 8 out of 8, and it was the thicker yarn, and I'm like, oh, I really want to use this yarn again, but let me go get the thinner version. And so I got the 4 out of 8. Exact opposite problem. It was too thin, and at the time using thin yarn was like inconceivable to me because I'm like, why would I put myself through that? Nowadays it's like, bring it on. And so what I ended up doing is, because I had already ordered the yarn, I can't return it, doubled it up. It made it just as heavy if I would have gotten the 8 out of 8. Now there is a 6 out of 8 and I would love to try that at one point. So it's very heavy. Because it's very heavy, I just never felt comfortable wearing it because of how heavy it is. My idea is we're gonna take this apart and I'm going to make something else. In this video, we're just gonna go over ideas that I have for my project with this yarn and me taking this yarn apart. I also am pretty sure that at one point I did do one of those videos where I fix projects from the past. This was one of them because I really didn't like how I did the sleeves, and so I redid the sleeves so that way it was just like continuous and I didn't sew them on. I guess it didn't matter because I never wore it after I did the sleeves anyways, so we're just gonna take the whole thing apart. We're gonna harvest the yarn. I like saying harvest. We're gonna harvest the yarn. Yeah, talk about the project. If you're new to my channel and you like crocheting and yarn and thrifting and the 80s and like having to fix projects a bunch of times, why not hit the subscribe button? Let's start taking it apart. I think I'm gonna have to start on the sleeves. I don't know if I just want to cut into it, but I don't want to because this is all the yarn I have. Okay, well actually I have some other yarn as well that is left over from this, but I can't just like hack into it because I can't just order more of it. I mean, yes, I could. I technically could order more of it, but it's not going to get to me in time by the time I want this video to be done. Oh, wait. It'd go down here. Right. Okay. And the fun part about this is not only do I have to undo this, but because it's all doubled up, I'm going to have to unwind it even more. So my thinking is I'm going to undo it. But you see how it's doubled up? I'm going to undo it, doubled up like this, just so that way I can get it all together, and then from there I'm going to have to unwind it again and then spool it up so it's single ply, because maybe not single ply, I don't know, like right now it's more of like a DK worsted weight yarn, and I have to make that a fine sock yarn, so that's fun. So let me just get the sleeves done, and then we'll talk more about this project. The sleeves are now gone, and this is what I have left over for yarn. So it's more like a vest right now, which you know how I'm kind of in a vest craze lately. I mean, that does look like a really, oh no, Michelle, you're gonna take it apart. I don't need a vest. No, okay, good. I was gonna be like, if it looked good as a vest, I don't think I would take it apart, but it doesn't. So we're gonna keep going. So the next things that I have to do before I can take the panels apart is I have to take the collar off and I have to take the ribbing off here. I think the collar was like the last thing I put on, so it's the first thing that has to come off. And I sewed it on, so I just have to find one little stitch and then I can just cut it off. Collar is off. Forgot I gotta do the buttons. These are very pretty buttons. I think I just got them at Fabricland. Now I just have to take this off, but I don't know which way I went. I feel like that looks like a chain, so that's probably where I started. Where did I end on this? I do not understand what I did here. You know me, I've had that problem in the past where I'm like, oh, this is fine, I'll cut this. And I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't have done that. So I don't want that to be the case for today. Okay, so I found where I ended, which was right here. Very important for crocheting. If you're trying to take it apart, you have to start where you finished because that's the way it is. You can't, I mean, it painstakingly, you probably could take it apart where you started, but it's not going to be this easy. So right now I'm just taking apart the border because all these pieces are sewn together. So I did 2 front panels and then I did 1 big panel and then I sewed them together. Then I did the border. Oh, okay. Okay, I did that too. It's just funny taking apart projects because then I'm reminding myself like, oh, you sewed it or you did it this way. Why would you have done that? That's crazy. That is how I feel right now. I feel like that's what this whole video is gonna be, is just me like, what did I even do? How did I do this? What's wrong with me? So that's this. This is gonna be a lot of yarn. At first I'm like, oh, like, why am I doing another project? I don't think I'm gonna have enough yarn to do this other project. And taking just the sleeves and the border apart, I have gotten so much yarn from this. At this moment, I am not frustrated enough that I have to like take my scissors and start cutting things, but I think I might be getting close to that. There's a lot of like random knots that I don't know why they're there. Border and everything is done. What I gotta do is I have to separate all the parts. I have to separate the 2 front parts and I have to separate the back part because they are all separate and they all need to be wound up differently. Cut that and hope for the best. Okay, great. I have them all taken apart. I feel bad for doing this. It just has to happen. So I have all of the 3 pieces apart, which now means that I can take them apart. Me being smart, I actually did not cut and tie every single one of these. So what I did is when I was done a row, I would just wait and then I would carry it up the side. I would start here and then I would switch to my next color. And then when I got back to here, instead of like cutting the yarn here and retying it, I just grabbed it, pulled it up, and started again. What's gonna happen is I'm not gonna end up with a bunch of balls of yarn. I'm gonna end up with 1 beige and 1 brown. Well, I mean, depending if I had to add more yarn, but I'm pretty sure I did not have to for this. So we'll see how many we get out. Don't know. I'm like, why isn't this working? What's going on? Like, I don't understand. It's supposed to go this way, but this was the bottom. Why do I do this to myself? This is the second time I've done this where I'm trying to take it apart. I'm like, it's not really coming apart. I don't understand because it's the top, and if it's the top, that would have been the last thing I crocheted. It's because I flipped it upside down, just like that wavy sweater. I think it was because I wanted to have this brown at the bottom, and because I started at the beige. So I went like this. Okay. Okay, it's fine. I have to take it apart anyways. The wavy sweater that I didn't want to take it apart, but then when I realized what had happened, I had to take it apart. But at least this one I know I have to take apart, so it doesn't really matter, but I did cut into it. And clearly, like, I should be able to tell because I had it like this. But like braided stitches are supposed to go this way with the bigger end at the top, and it was reversed. Let's start taking this apart and I'm gonna talk to you more about the project. I think this might be the last project of the summer. I want to make a little like polo top. You know, I'm very into polos now, like this, but I want, and again, I want it to be striped. I want it to be like a cute little polo short sleeve, and I've wanted to do this project for a while. This is if it goes according to plan, so I'll give you my Plan A, and then I'll talk about Plan B. Plan A is going to be doing a pattern by Just the Worsted. I'll put a photo here of the pattern. I got this pattern a while ago and I've wanted to make it, and I actually like had an idea of what yarn I wanted and everything and what colors, and the colors are actually very similar to the top I'm currently wearing. And then I found this and I'm just like, okay, well, I don't need to make that because I already have one. And then I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to make like a brown version. And then I remembered I had this sweater, this project here, you know, has just been sitting on a shelf for like 2 years and I never really wore it because it was just really heavy. I think I made it a little too cropped. I don't know. It's very cute, okay? I think I even made a matching hat to go with it, all right? Like, it is such a cute top. It was the wrong yarn. Okay, like if this was done in a lighter weight yarn, like maybe like a Kobo yarn, you know, I'm really into Kobo yarn. If you haven't watched it, I did do a whole video reviewing yarn the other day. We're reviewing cotton yarn, and there's a few cotton yarns that I really, really like. They're all like a blend, so it will be like 50 or 60% cotton and then whatever of a different fiber. And I think the two that I really liked was the Kobo yarn, which was, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was like 51% cotton and 49% rayon from bamboo. And then the other one that I really, really liked, which was a finer weight yarn, almost like this type of yarn here, was 60% cotton and 40% acrylic, something along those lines. And I think if I wanted to do like this style of project again, I think I would go with one of those type of yarns where it's like not 100% cotton. I also think I would have went with more of a DK weight, whereas this one is more of a lightweight, so it just didn't really work out, like the fit the way that I wanted it to. This was the idea I had, and you know, like this is maybe a project that maybe I'll redo next year, but I want to use this yarn this year. So my idea is to do that pattern by Just the Worsted and do that like cute little polo. It has like 3 little buttons, adorable. Maybe I'll even use these buttons again, I think I probably could. I lost it. I think I probably could use the buttons that were on here. That'd be cute if they're not too big. We'll have to see. The stitch is the linen stitch, and I just did a project with the linen stitch, and that's kind of giving me worries because when I did the linen stitch, it shrank so much. And if you watch that video, I had it originally like this, and then by the time I got to like 20 rows, it went like this. I didn't know that's what happens, but a lot of other people said that that's what happens when you do the linen stitch. So that kind of makes me question if I really want to do this pattern. We'll have to see. I mean, she's made the pattern, you know, taking into account that it will shrink, and I won't have to do that math, right? The other thing I'm kind of thinking of is maybe just do another striped tee, maybe just with like a single crochet this time, because this is very fine weight yarn. I did do a striped tee earlier this year. It was cute, but I did it in like half double, and it was like kind of like not see-through, but I'd have to wear like a tank top or something underneath it, and it's just been really too hot this summer for me to do that. So I never really got a chance to wear it, unfortunately. Maybe the fall time, maybe when I get like today's like a cool day, I get to wear a long sleeve shirt and I don't even have to have the air on. If plan A doesn't work out, I think I'm going to do plan B, which, yeah, just a single crochet top. But because this is such a lightweight yarn, I think it's gonna be okay. But I definitely want to do stripes. I think I have enough yarn to do that. Again, this is all doubled, so I'm gonna have to undouble it, because the whole problem with it is that it was doubled and it was too heavy. So I can't even be like, oh, maybe you should leave it doubled. Michelle, don't leave it doubled, okay? From the front panel, I've gotten this much yarn. I still have to do the other front panel and the back panel, but I'm gonna take a little break and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna finish frogging this project.
20 minutes later.
So, where was I talking about? Right, I gotta do it from down here. I've established my idea, and that is going to be a cute little short sleeve top for the summer. Definitely want to try that pattern that I have, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, well, we're gonna go with plan B, and plan B is going to do a single crochet. I have a vision, and I want that vision to come to life. Now, here's the other thing that I'm kind of thinking about. I would love to make this a long sleeve. I actually did this to one of her patterns before. The pattern that I've done before by her was Meet Me at the Ice Cream Shop top, and this came out, I believe, last summer, and I really wanted to make it into a short sleeve top, and then by the time I got around to it, it was like my birthday, and I'm like, let's just make this into a sweater. So all I did was I just added like onto the sleeves, and I kind of want to do that for this project. Maybe. Okay, it's not a for sure thing yet. We'll have to see how everything goes, because here's the thing. I can make it into a short sleeve, wear it for the summer, and then be like, you know what, I want it to be a long sleeve, and all I would have to do would be take off the arms. I also could just make 2 versions of it. Like I could just have like the front and the back sewn together, done, then make 2 short sleeves and then 2 long sleeves, like just the sleeves. And then when it's summertime, take the long sleeves off and sew the short sleeves on, and then when it's the fall winter time, take the short sleeves off and sew the long sleeves on. So I could definitely do that if I have enough yarn. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking about doing that, like having a short sleeves, long sleeves. I just wish that, you know, it was easier to put in and out. Yeah, I probably could put zippers or snaps or Velcro, but the easiest part is probably just to sew it in and then unsew it and then sew it back in. I think that would be kind of a neat idea. Then I can always just switch it up, but we'll have to see. Let's just do the short version, like the short sleeve version first, and see how that looks. And because then maybe I'll be like, no, I don't want to do this for a long sleeve. Or maybe I'll be like, you know what? I do want to do this for a long sleeve, but in different colors. So it will all depend. I just really do like these colors, and I hate that I'm taking this apart because it was such a cute project. I really liked making it. I think I liked making it. I don't remember not like making it. At the time, I really liked it, and this was like what I wanted to wear. And I think I wore it maybe once, but it was just, again, way too heavy. And this is before I got the air conditioning fixed in my car. So like being in my car with a heavy crochet project in the summertime was a no-go for me. Now that it's okay that I can wear it in the car, I've taken it all apart. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to doing the back panel. The back panel is going to take so long. And then on top of all of me taking this apart, I'm going to have to take each one of these apart, which I'm not going to do for the video because that'd be way too boring for y'all. But I'm going to have to take each one of these apart and then roll them up in their separate little balls of yarn because these are, I doubled it. I doubled up the yarn. That's going to be fun. So I'm just going to keep unwinding this, and then I'll catch back up with y'all when I am done unwinding everything. It's done. I've gotten all of it unwound. Why am I trying to hold all these? I don't know. They're all in ball form now. What I gotta do now, and what I'm not gonna do like right this second, I kind of want to have lunch because I'm tired and I'm hungry. What I have to do now is I have to now take each one of these and separate them all. And now I gotta separate all of them. But that's not a right now project. That's a later today project. I'm really glad I got all of them wound up. I feel bad that I no longer have that project. It's just dawning on me that that shirt doesn't exist anymore. Like, it doesn't exist. Like, I can't just go in my closet and be like, you know, today's the day I want to wear it, because it no longer exists. This is all that remains of it. And I don't know, I feel like I frogged things in the past, but nothing like this. And I kind of feel bad. Like, I'm a little sad that I had to take the whole thing apart because it was so cute and I loved the video I did. And I did like this whole little bit in it, I think. And it was so much fun. And I think it was during that whole like Wes Anderson trend that was going on TikTok I had made this. And all that remains left is this collar. I didn't take the collar apart yet because maybe I'll use, this collar's cute. Oh my goodness, this like brown collar with the pink looks so cute. I'm not gonna take the collar apart because maybe I could use it in the future for something. Not for this project. This project's not gonna have a collar. Or is it? Is it? I mean, if this project that I'm going to work on needs a collar, I'll just use this one. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Good thing I did not take it apart. I did it. I got all of the yarn wound up. Now I just have to like make it back into its single form because it is doubled up right now. But other than that, it's done. And I can finally start my next project. So that's great. Thank y'all for sticking around for this project. I know it wasn't like too crazy. I mean, it was for me. I think I spent over an hour unwinding it, which is so crazy to think about because it took me like 2 weeks to make this thing. And I took it apart in an hour. My nose is all stuffed up because of all the dust that was on it and all the fibers that came off of that yarn while I was winding it. But it's done now and I'm really excited to start the next project. So you'll just have to wait for the video that comes out when I actually make this, which I'm hoping will be sooner than later because August is like literally tomorrow and I want to start those fall projects now. Because if I want to wear those fall projects in the fall, you gotta start them in the summer. Need to get a head start on that. I already have all my Halloween projects somewhat lined up, so that'll be fun. But anyways, I think that does it for this video, so y'all have a good day now.